Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 90-day fiancé's Julia Trubkina attempts to restart her life after loss of son. 90-day, the last resort star Julia Trubkina is trying to make a fresh start and working to get her life back on track after her son recently died. Julia used to work multiple jobs back home, but had to work on a farm when she moved to America. While it was something she didn't quite like, Julia discovered her love for dogs via Brandon Gibbs' parents, who had been breeding European imported German Shepherd dogs. Soon, Julia became a professional dog trainer. She adopted Simba and raised him as her own child. Unfortunately, Simba recently passed away. Julia's latest Instagram story brought some relief to 90-day fiancé fans who've been worried about her well-being. In the post, she shared a sweet photo of herself with one of her beloved dogs. Julia had named both Simba and Nalla after characters from her favorite movie, The Lion King. While Simba came first, Nalla was adopted later and holds just as special a place in Julia's heart, just like a child. In the photo, Julia puckered her lips, leaning in to kiss Nalla. She captioned the post, "Alone with myself and Nalla," hinting at a quiet, reflective moment between them. She included a song called Reset, Restart, Refocus, seemingly indicating how she plans to move forward after losing her pet. Simba has been an important part of Julia's life since she arrived in America, and she has often shared posts highlighting their close bond. When Julia first moved to the US, she had no family or friends, making Simba her first and only companion. She once referred to him as her son, and shared that he followed her everywhere, calling him a true mama's boy. Fans who have followed Julia over the years have seen their special connection unfold on social media, even during the ups and downs of her relationship with Brandon. Julia had always been open about not wanting children, but she recently revealed a doctor once told her she may never be able to get pregnant. Her choice not to have kids wasn't entirely personal, but was influenced by a medical diagnosis. Instead, she found joy in being a dedicated pet parent. Even Brandon, who previously urged her to have children, came to understand the depth of her connection with their dogs. Her love for them led to the creation of Kingdom for Dogs, a business offering monthly pet boxes. Simba was her heart, and now he's gone. 90-day. The last resort star Julia's subscription service not only honors Simba's memory, but also brings joy to other pet owners. Her ability to find purpose and build a career after such a heartbreaking loss is truly inspiring. Julia's journey highlights the power of resilience, even in life's most painful moments. Simba lives on in her cherished memories and in the work she does to make him proud. After years of struggling to find her path in America, Julia finally found success by embracing her deep love for Simba and for dogs. Of 90-day fiancé, Julia Trubkina is remembered as the fiery, funny, and fiercely independent woman from Russia who uprooted her life for love. Her relationship with Brandon Gibbs was nothing short of a roller coaster, complicated by meddling in-laws, cultural clashes, and the awkward tightrope of learning how to live in a new country. But beyond the laughter and tears that played out on screen, Julia's personal life has recently taken a heartbreaking turn that left her devastated. The loss of her beloved dog, Simba, whom she lovingly referred to as her son. Simba wasn't just a pet to Julia, he was family, a confidant, a source of unconditional love, and a symbol of comfort amid all the chaos that followed her immigration journey. In a world where she often felt like an outsider, Simba was her constant. His loss didn't simply leave an empty space in her home, it tore a hole in her heart. "I know some people don't understand it," Julia shared in an emotional Instagram post, "but to me, Simba was everything. I raised him. I loved him. He was my child." The post, which featured a series of tender photos of Julia and Simba over the years, running through fields, curled up together on the couch, celebrating birthdays, quickly drew thousands of comments from fans offering support, sharing their own stories of pet loss, and expressing admiration for Julia's raw vulnerability. But heartbreak didn't paralyze her. In fact, it set the stage for an extraordinary transformation. While grief carved its mark, it also sparked a fire. Julia decided to honor Simba's memory in the most profound way she could, by starting over, not to forget him, but to build a life where his spirit could live on in every step she took. A new mission: healing through passion. In the wake of Simba's death, Julia found herself grappling with silence. The house felt empty, the farm too still. Brandon, ever supportive but less vocal in his grief, gave Julia the space she needed to process it in her own way. Days passed where she barely spoke. Nights were restless, her vibrant energy dimmed. But one morning, something shifted. Julia took out her sketchbook, a long-forgotten tool from her days in Russia, where she studied design. She began to draw Simba. First, as he looked in his final days, then younger, then playful and spry. Drawing brought a strange kind of peace, like a bridge between the past and the present. That spark reignited something else, a dream she had shelved for years: fashion design. With Simba as her muse, Julia started to create again, not just sketches, but full concepts. A line of pet-themed streetwear, hoodies, bags, hats, all with minimalist illustrations inspired by Simba's face and their favorite memories. It was art as therapy, design as remembrance. "I want people to wear something that makes them feel love," Julia wrote online, "not just for animals, but for every little soul that helped them survive something big." Fans were quick to rally behind the idea. What started as doodles and emotional catharsis soon became the foundation for her new project, Simba Soul, a brand devoted to honoring the pets that change our lives. Moving forward, not moving on. Of course, this rebirth hasn't come without hurdles. Julia still battles waves of grief. In one candid moment shared during a livestream, she admitted to breaking down while folding a blanket Simba used to sleep on. "Some days are heavy," she told viewers, "but I remind myself that Simba would want me to be strong, to run and be happy and chase squirrels. Okay, maybe not that last part." With every post and product, Julia invites others into her healing process. And in doing so, she's unintentionally created a digital sanctuary for others navigating similar pain. Her Instagram has become a mosaic of shared loss and resilience, hundreds of followers posting photos of their pets, telling their stories, finding community in heartbreak. There's even talk of her launching a nonprofit branch of Simba Soul, dedicated to supporting animal shelters and providing financial help for pet medical emergencies. "If I can turn my pain into purpose," she says, "then Simba didn't leave me, he transformed me." Reevaluating her roots. The loss of Simba also forced Julia to re-examine other areas of her life. Questions she once ignored now felt urgent. Is this the place she wants to settle permanently? Is her marriage truly aligned with the woman she is becoming? Is the farm life sustainable for someone with such creative energy? While she hasn't made any drastic moves yet, Julia has teased the idea of spending extended time in Europe, maybe even returning to Russia temporarily, not to escape, but to reconnect. "I've grown so much since leaving," she says. "Maybe it's time to see what that version of me looks like back where it all began." For now, she remains rooted in Virginia, surrounded by the community she's slowly built, nursing her grief and dreams in equal measure.